Your body is a finely tuned orchestra with every organ, tissue, and cell playing its part in perfect harmony. Each movement, each breath, is a note in a complex symphony that keeps you alive and thriving, and water is its conductor, the silent force guiding every beat, every signal, every process. Without it, the music falters. Without water, the symphony of life quickly unravels. Just as a plant wilts in the sun, your body begins to lose its rhythm, its energy, its spark. In the first 24 hours, the signs are subtle but crucial: persistent thirst, a dry mouth, and darkening urine. These are the earliest signals, often easy to ignore, but they are your body's way of sounding the alarm. These are your body's first warnings. Your kidneys are conserving every drop, working overtime to keep you in balance, filtering less and holding on to precious fluid. And your blood is starting to thicken, making it harder for your heart to circulate oxygen and nutrients. Your heart works harder to pump this thicker blood, though you won't feel it yet. The strain is silent, but it's real, and it's building with every passing hour. Water is borrowed from less vital areas to protect your core organs. Your body is making tough choices, prioritizing survival over comfort. As the day progresses, a dull headache may set in. Your brain is shrinking slightly from fluid loss, pulling away from the skull and causing pain. Even your thoughts may feel slower, less sharp. Fatigue creeps in, your muscles feel heavy and unresponsive. Simple movements become a chore, and your body starts to feel weighed down. Simple tasks become more difficult, and your motivation drops. Concentration slips, and frustration grows as your brain struggles to function without enough water. These symptoms are not just inconveniences, they're the first signs of a system under stress. Your body is waving a red flag, urging you to pay attention. Your body is adapting, but it's already under strain. Every system is working harder, compensating for what's missing. The need for water is non-negotiable. Even in this early stage, you've stepped off a cliff. The effects may seem minor, but the descent has begun. Your internal systems scramble to compensate, reallocating resources and sending urgent signals. The body is ingenious, but it can only do so much for so long. The thirst, headache, and fatigue are the first whispers of a deeper crisis. They are gentle warnings, but they will grow louder if ignored. You're not in immediate danger yet, but the ground is rushing up fast. The margin for error is shrinking with every hour you go without water. The body's elegant survival mechanisms are already in motion. Every cell is adjusting, trying to maintain balance in a world suddenly deprived of its most vital resource. Every cell is feeling the pressure of this missing element. The stress is microscopic, but it's everywhere, and it's relentless. The first 24 hours are a quiet warning. Water is not optional. It is the foundation of every process, every function, every heartbeat. Ignore these signs and the consequences will escalate quickly. The body's reserves are limited and the cost of neglect rises with every passing hour. The orchestra is already playing out of tune. The harmony is slipping, and the longer you wait, the harder it will be to restore the music of life. On day 2 without water, your body's polite requests turn into urgent alarms. The discomfort you felt before now escalates into a full-body crisis, as every cell in your system begins to signal distress. Thirst becomes overwhelming, your mouth unbearably dry, and swallowing is difficult. Even speaking feels like a challenge, as your tongue sticks to the roof of your mouth and your lips crack with every word. You've lost 3–5% of your body weight in water, a major disruption. This rapid loss isn't just a number. It's a sign that your body is desperately trying to conserve every drop it can. Urine output drops dramatically or stops. Kidneys are in emergency mode. Waste products start to build up, and toxins that would normally be flushed away begin to accumulate. Blood thickens further, forcing your heart to beat faster just to keep you alive. Circulation slows, and your organs receive less oxygen and nutrients with every passing hour. You feel your heart pounding, even at rest. Tachycardia has set in. The sensation is impossible to ignore, a constant reminder of your body's struggle. Dizziness and lightheadedness are common, especially when standing. Your blood pressure drops, making it hard to stay upright or focused. Muscle cramps strike as electrolyte imbalances worsen. Even small movements can trigger painful spasms, and your muscles feel weak and unreliable. Physical weakness intensifies, even walking feels exhausting. Tasks that were once simple now seem insurmountable as fatigue takes over. Your skin loses elasticity, a classic sign of dehydration. Pinching the skin leaves it tented, slow to return to normal. Sweating stops, putting you at risk of overheating. Your body's natural cooling system has shut down, leaving you vulnerable. Body temperature regulation fails, and internal heat rises dangerously. The risk of heat stroke grows with every hour you go without water. By the end of day 2, you're not just uncomfortable, you're officially unwell. Nausea, headaches, and confusion may set in, making it hard to think clearly. Every system is under extreme duress, and the body's harmony is breaking down. The stress is visible in your eyes, your posture, and your every movement. The conductor is gone, and chaos is taking over. Without water, your body's carefully tuned orchestra falls into disarray, and survival becomes a desperate struggle. By day 3, the crisis shifts from physical to mental. The body's initial warning signs have now given way to a deeper, more insidious threat, one that attacks the very core of who you are. The mind, once sharp and alert, begins to falter. Your brain, which is made up of nearly 75% water, now suffers acutely. Confusion and disorientation set in, clouding your thoughts and making even simple ideas hard to grasp. The world feels unfamiliar, and your sense of self starts to slip away. Clear thinking and decision-making become nearly impossible. Tasks that once felt routine now seem overwhelming, and frustration mounts as your mind struggles to keep up. Hallucinations, irritability, and wild mood swings may occur. Emotions swing unpredictably, and you may lash out or withdraw without warning. The brain's neurons can't transmit signals properly. Your senses distort reality. Sights and sounds blur together, and you may struggle to recognize familiar faces or places. Short-term memory fades, and even simple tasks become insurmountable. You might forget why you entered a room or how to perform basic routines. Your personality and consciousness begin to erode. The person you once were seems to slip further away with each passing hour. Physically, your eyes are sunken, breathing is rapid, and muscle weakness is profound. Every movement feels like a monumental effort. The body's pH balance is disrupted, affecting every organ. Vital signs become unstable, and the risk of permanent damage increases. Standing or walking is nearly impossible. Pain and headaches are constant. The body aches, and exhaustion is overwhelming. Non-essential functions shut down to protect the core. The body is now in survival mode, sacrificing everything to keep the heart and brain alive. Survival becomes a race against time as organ damage accelerates. Without intervention, the consequences become irreversible. Confusion robs you of the ability to seek help. Even if help is nearby, you may not recognize it or know how to ask. The symphony is now a discordant cacophony as the mind and body spiral further out of harmony, leaving you lost in the chaos within. By day 4, your organs are in crisis. Kidneys, overwhelmed and failing, can no longer filter toxins. Uremia poisons your body. The liver struggles, unable to process toxins or regulate blood sugar. Digestion halts. The gastrointestinal tract is paralyzed to conserve water. The heart beats erratically, blood pressure plummets, and vital organs are starved. The risk of heart attack or stroke skyrockets, not from blockage, but from system failure. Consciousness fades in and out. The world blurs into a haze. Pain is replaced by a deep, full-body ache and detachment. Cells shrink and malfunction, and the damage is no longer temporary. Even with medical help, permanent organ damage is likely. The body is breaking down at every level. The siege is turning into collapse. The orchestra is barely holding on. Day 5 is the point of no return for most. Organ damage, especially to kidneys and brain, is likely irreversible. Kidney failure leads to dangerous potassium buildup, hyperkalemia, which can trigger fatal heart rhythms. The brain swells in a desperate attempt to dilute toxins, increasing pressure and risking seizures, coma, or death. Body temperature drops as metabolism and circulation fail. Unconsciousness or delirium sets in. Breathing is shallow and erratic. The body is shutting down, no longer fighting. Survival now requires immediate, intensive medical care, but the outlook is grim. The intricate dance of life has collapsed into chaos. All reserves and backup systems are exhausted. The body has been deprived of its most essential element. The orchestra has fallen silent. On day 6, the battle is microscopic, at the level of individual cells. Cells shrivel, chemical reactions cease, and membranes rupture, releasing toxins. The body's city is crumbling. Mitochondria can't produce energy, and protein factories shut down. DNA is left unprotected, and systemic collapse is total. Externally, the body is still, skin cool and mottled, eyes sunken, lips cracked. Circulation has nearly stopped. The body is shutting down cell by cell. Survival is now abstract, a deep coma with only the brainstem making a final futile effort. Blood pressure is gone, and toxins overwhelm the system. The damage is catastrophic and irreversible. The city's foundations have disintegrated. The silence is profound. Life's microscopic processes have ceased. By day 7, the end arrives quietly. The heart, starved and overwhelmed, finally stops. Brain function ceases within minutes. Breathing halts. This is clinical death. The body is still, its systems silent. Internal temperature equalizes with the environment. The story of this biological machine concludes. The need for water is absolute. Its absence brings a swift, irreversible end. The silence of the 7th day is the ultimate testament to water's power. If rescue comes late, on day 4 or 5, survival is not a simple reset. Rehydration must be slow and careful. Too much too fast can be deadly. Kidneys often suffer permanent damage, sometimes requiring lifelong dialysis. The brain may never fully recover. Memory and concentration can be impaired for life. The cardiovascular system is weakened, raising future health risks. Surviving severe dehydration is like surviving a fire. Scars remain. The body's architecture is fundamentally changed. Preventing dehydration is about protecting long-term health, not just avoiding crisis. True health means consistently meeting your body's basic needs. Water is essential for both survival and lasting well-being. In a universe of emptiness, Earth is a rare oasis, alive because of water. Our bodies mirror our planet. We are walking oceans. Every thought and heartbeat is powered by water. A week without it is a journey away from our true nature, a slow collapse of every system. Water is not just a drink, it's the foundation of life's chemistry and structure. This story should inspire wonder and respect for our biology. Our body's survival mechanisms are remarkable, but water is non-negotiable. Understanding dehydration reveals water's true importance. We are creatures of water living on a water world. The real risk is chronic, everyday dehydration, not just extreme scenarios. Maintaining our internal ocean is the most fundamental act of self-preservation.